I didn't mean to be bombarding you with calls, but I just don't want anybody.
Welcome back to FirstEnergy Stadium. Your Reading Fightin' Phils take on the Portland Sea Dogs, the Red Sox AA affiliate, here for the first of 6 games and week number 1 of back-to-back homestands. Fans, thank you so much for joining us. Emily Messina and Alexis Yoder on the air, bringing you all the action here from America's classic ballpark. The Fightin' Phils just returned from a 6-game trip to Harrisburg, where they split the series. There were some really bright spots. McCarthy Tatum returning to lineup, Herbert Iser joining us from Jersey Shore, and Madison Stokes coming back from the injured list. Sunday they took a tough loss, fell in extras. So looking to bounce back today against the number 1 team in the league, looking to make some ground in the playoff contention. Just 5 games back from the first place Portland Sea Dogs. So this is going to be a make or break week. First pitch coming up in just a few minutes. We're going to throw it down for the singing of the national anthem, and then we'll be right back up here for some Fightin' Phils baseball.
Baseball Town Dream League athlete and a proud member at Victor Emmanuel II, Nick Yaniskevich will perform our national anthem.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
An absolutely beautiful national anthem from Baseball Town Dream League's own Nick Yaniskevich here today at the ballpark. Your Reading Fightin' Phils taking on the Portland Sea Dogs. It'll be Noah Skiro out on the rubber for today's start. He'll be throwing to Herbert Iser back behind the plate. Kevin Vicuña out in left, Johan Rojas in center, and Jalen Ortiz is in right field. McCarthy Tatum over in the hot corner, Jonathan Guzman at short, Wendell Rijo at second, and Madison Stokes taking over at first with Aldrum Corridor as the designated hitter today. Portland will lead it off with David Hamilton, Wilyer Abreu batting second, Cedon Rafaela in that 3-hole, and Christian Koss cleaning things up. Steven Scott will be catching, batting fifth, Alex Vanellis DHing and batting sixth, and then Hudson Potts, Izzy Wilson, and Cam Cannon rounding out 7 through 9. Kelvis Velez, your crew chief, and the home plate umpire today. Sean Cassidy down the third baseline, and Jude Corey over at first today as we get ready for first pitch. Your Fightin' Phils sit 19 and 20 here in the second half. Portland 24 and 15. Portland is the first place team, 5 games ahead of the Fightin' Phils. So these are going to be big games here this week between these two teams. You don't want that gap to widen any more than 5 games. In fact, you could make up a little bit of ground here, or at the very least keep it sane.
Yeah, and coming off of a series split last week where there were a few extra inning contests, but really the Phils were in every single game until the very end, and they even broke out the bats for a large victory in last Tuesday's contest with Skiro on the mound. So hopefully he can continue and build off of that strong outing that he had last week against the Senators. Picked up his 5th win of the season, went 5 innings and gave up just 1 run. So hopefully he continues that success here.
Skiro's been one of the most consistent starters for the Fightin' Phils. He's been on the roster since opening day. He's the last man standing here with us. And looking forward to watching him pitch to the youngster Herbert Iser. Just called up last week from High A Jersey Shore, and he has been showcasing why he deserves to be here in Double-A. He's been fantastic at the plate, calling a good game back behind it. And so we'll see. We'll keep an eye out for his performance here tonight as David Hamilton steps in on the left side here to start things off in Reading. 80 degrees. Just a couple of clouds in the sky. It is an absolutely beautiful evening here. The wind blowing just a little bit right to left out of the ballpark. Nothing that's going to impact us now, but perhaps as the sun begins to set, we will keep an eye on the wind. Skiro stepping in, first side of the rubber. First pitch, a called strike, 93 with the fastball at 7:03 here in Reading. First pitch strike, I think, signifies good things. He deals and gets Hamilton to chase a fastball and come up with nothing. Down 0-2 quickly. Noah's got that baby blue glove out there today as he comes outside. 1-2. Really pops against the throwback black Arc Train uniforms that the guys are wearing today with the matching hat and the retro logo on the front, the home white pants. Skiro looks to hit the outside corner. Doesn't get the call from Velez. A good frame by Herbert Iser. We're going to go again with a 2-2 count. Portland in their visiting road grays with Sea Dogs across the front and a matching black cap. This is shot out to right field. That's going to drop fair along the right field line. Played well by Ortiz. The throw in, not in time. A leadoff double here for David Hamilton. And he gets himself in scoring position with nobody out. Here's Wilyer Abreu.
Skiro was ahead in that count, too. It's a shame that he couldn't finish off the batter there, but nice piece of hitting down the right field line by Hamilton. And nothing really Jalen Ortiz could do to try and catch it out of the air. We've seen him cover ground very quickly before, and he did on that play, too. Played it very quickly off the wall, but just dropped so quickly.
Skiro's been consistently well in the first inning, just a 1.00 ERA as opposed to a total 4.48 ERA. As he sends a first pitch strike to Abreu, another batter from the left side. Only switch hitter on the team, Ricardo Cubion, not playing today. As this is a called strike, late call there from Velez, and once again Skiro ahead in the count 0-2. We'll see what he can do here with Abreu and David Hamilton, probably the fastest runner in the league. 51 stolen bases in 55 attempts. It looks like he's going to take off. This is poked down the left field line, but it ropes foul. And Abreu's going to get another 0-2 effort. Hamilton jumpy out there on second. This is a leadoff base runner. You can afford to be a little bit aggressive early in the game. Maybe try to get your guy 90 feet from home and get on the board first here. But we'll see what Skiro can do out of the stretch on the first base side of the rubber. 0-2. Ground ball, right side. Good backhand by Rijo, the throw to first. And the out is made, but Hamilton does come 90 feet from home. Nice defense there by Wendell Rijo over in second base territory. That's something we're going to be focusing on here today. Alexis and I have talked a lot about this preceding this game. The Fightin Phils had a bad defensive week out in Harrisburg. They made an error in every single game, which is very uncharacteristic of them. They've been phenomenal defensively all season. I'm talking top in the league. As the first pitch comes into Cedon Rafaela, a called strike. Infield's going to come in on that grass, watching out for Hamilton over at third. No score, 1 out here, top of the first. Skiro coming, set. The 0-1 just misses 1-1.
And back to the errors, we saw that they were ranked third going into the series in Harrisburg.
A 982 fielding percentage. That's very impressive. Here's the 1-1. That hits on the outside corner, 1 and 2.
And Jonathan Guzman's really been the anchor of this defense, and he's top in the Eastern League among shortstops with a 980 fielding percentage. Just 7 errors and 352 total chances.
This is chipped foul. 1 and 2. It's really impressive because he's on the younger side of being here in the Eastern League. He's just 22 years old. And to be able to have that range at shortstop, obviously one of the more difficult positions to cover. He's done a fantastic job out there this season. Infield in. Here's the 1-2. This is sent down the right field line. Ortiz tracking at the warning track. He'll make the catch. Tagging is Hamilton. And Portland's going to score the first run of the game on a sacrifice fly by Rafaela. And they have a 1-0 lead. Nobody on the base pass. Skiro gets out number 2. Here's Christian Koss. Rafaela did a lot of damage in the series against Portland earlier this summer. He's one to watch this week. Likes hitting at FirstEnergy Stadium, that's for sure. So he gets the first RBI of the game with that sacrifice fly. Hamilton coming across the plate, and Portland a 1-0 lead. Christian Koss chases the first pitch. Popped up right side. Madison Stokes coming in front of the dugout suite. He bounces off the netting, almost goes flying into the suite trying to catch the ball, which ends up about 4 or so feet out of his reach. There's nothing he could do. There's a net guarding, but what a fantastic effort by the first baseman.
Yep, give him the credit. He covered ground very quickly, and that ball just hung up there, so just hooked into the dugout suite at the last minute, but good effort.
Really excited to have Madison Stokes back on our roster.
He's excited.
He is excited to be back here. 0-1, sent out to center field, racing over Rojas. Ortiz, Jalen makes the catch for out number 3. So after a leadoff double, Skiro retires 3 straight, but a sacrifice fly does score the first run of the game. Portland a 1-0 lead. Reading due up in the bottom half in just a moment. The Seidel Auto Group Deck Picnic appeals to both die-hard and casual fans with its summer picnic-like and fun tailgate atmosphere. During your picnic, you may even catch a souvenir, as the area is situated directly in prime home run territory behind the left field wall. Regular season tickets are $30 per person for groups of 20 or more, and children 4 and under are free. Visit Fightins.com/groups or call 610-370-BALL to reserve your group outing today.
Golden Oaks is an award-winning high-end golf club that offers golfers a country club experience without country club prices. With 5 sets of tees, golfers of every skill level will enjoy their game. Golden Oaks has Bogey's Pub, a beautiful pro shop, driving range, and learning center that will make any visit complete. Golden Oaks Golf Club is the perfect venue for private events and golf outings. Visit us for our newly opened golf simulators, complete with its own bar area and Bogey's Pub menu items available. You can stay in our beautifully restored 1850s farmhouse and then play our award-winning championship golf course. Each room includes full amenities, cable television, and quaint rustic decor. While on the premises, visit Bogey's Pub for lunch, dinner, or a relaxing beverage. We're ready to serve you here at Golden Oaks and look forward to the 2022 season.
C-B-82-94. Go to your vehicle and is currently on with the engine running. Blue Jeep Renegade.
Here we go into the bottom of the first inning. Portland a 1-0 lead over the Fightin Phils. They will send righty Thad Ward for his third AA appearance, and he has not given up a run here. Just 4 hits. So Reading looking to break that. They're down by 1 early in this game. They'll send up Johan Rojas, Kevin Vicuña, Wendell Rio, and Aldrum Corridor as 1 through 4 batters. Thad Ward will be throwing down to Steven Scott back behind the plate. Wilbur Abreu out in left. Sidon Rafaela in center. And Izzy Wilson in right. The first pitch by Ward up and away, ball number 1. Christian Koss over at third. David Hamilton and Cam Cannon, the middle infielders. And Hudson Potts down at first. This is a called strike 1-1. Interested to see Ward here. We'll see him today and then again on Sunday, slated for that double action start as Rojas checks his swing outside, but he holds up. And he moves the count 2-1. Looking for a leadoff base runner here. Reading down by 1. Everybody that comes up will represent the tying run. Ward spending most of the season on the injured list. Back in April, transferred to the 60-day IL. Wasn't reactivated on Portland's roster until August 4th. Did have a couple of rehab assignments in there, but really just getting into game action now as he walks Johan Rojas. A really mature at-bat from the freshly 22-year-old having a birthday when we were out in Harrisburg. And he takes a leadoff walk, so right away Reading gets that base runner back. And here is Kevin Vicuña.
That's crucial. We saw Rojas get off to a really hot start here at the plate when he came up from Jersey Shore, but you know, he's been more patient at the plate, just settling into Double-A for the first time. And, you know, he knew what he had to do, just get on base. Didn't matter what it was, and he did that.
And he's the kind of guy, walks as good as a hit. You get that guy on first, he's going to end up on third. 47 total stolen bases this season. Ward out of the stretch here. The first pitch into Kevin Vicuña at the knees, a called strike. 14 stolen bases here in Reading. He's only been caught twice this season in total. Was picked off once out in Harrisburg. He's going. Throw down from Scott on the right side of the bag. He's safe though. Johan Rojas snags his 48th bag of the season. And he gets himself into scoring position here. And that pitch to Kevin was a called strike, 0-2. Last summer, Thad Ward was in Portland before and then had to go undergo Tommy John surgery and miss the remainder of the season in June. So he really hasn't seen a lot of playing time in the past 2 years. Vicuña takes this out to center. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Rojas holds up at third. Runners on the corners here for Reading, threatening. In the bottom of the first, down by just 1. And they're not going to be down by that for long here. Nobody out, and Wendell Rijo up at the plate.
And now that Reading's getting into the heart of the order, this is where they really have to jump on this opportunity and get on the board right now. Do not wait until the end of the game or even the next inning. Get ahead now.
The next 3 guys, Rijo, Corridor, and Ortiz, are the top RBI guys on the team. So they're in a good spot here. You just need a ball in the outfield, tie it up, and then worry about getting ahead. Start the reset here in the first early. Reading's not going to go down quietly here tonight. Rijo takes a very aggressive swing going for the fences. Down 0-1. 261 batting average, just under Kevin Vicuña's 262 for leading the team. Thad Ward working out of the stretch here. Speedy runners on the base pass. I would not be surprised if Vicuña tries to take second here, knowing with Rojas at third, probably not a good idea to throw down.
Yeah, he can make it home in just the shortest amount of time, and Kevin does look like he's trying to swipe out there.
Ward misses outside, 1-194 up there with the fastball. Number 14 prospect in the Boston Red Sox organization, 5th round in 2018. 25 years old. He's going to throw over to first. Kevin dives back in time. There's step off number 1 of this at-bat. A leadoff walk by Johan Rojas, stole second, moved over to third on Kevin Vicuña singles. So Reading has runners on the corners with nobody out here, down by 1 in just the bottom of the first. Ward gets the sign from his catcher, who's setting up on the outside part of the plate. Rijo chips it foul, and he'll be down 1-2. Ward fastball, slider, change. Pretty solid control. But obviously just getting back into the swing of things here. Outside, good stop by Scott. Able to nab that before it gets into the backstop, and the count evens at 2. Fastball sits 92, topping at 96. Slider down low, 81 to 85. This ball is in the dirt. Good pick again by Scott as the count becomes full. And they really that big change in velocity is what helps him fool some of these batters here. Also might see a cutter in the upper 80s. We'll see if he throws that today. Rojas on third, Vicuña on first. Nobody out here. And a full count to Wendell Rio at the plate. Goes down swinging. There's that slider. And he gets Rio to chase out number 1.
Dropped it down at 81 on that pitch, and prior to that, 82, but just missed outside in the dirt.
So here's Aldrum Corridor, a nice round 50 in the RBI column. Come up with 2 on and just 1 out. Chance to do some damage here for the Fightin' Phils. Lefty. First lefty here that Ward is seeing today. Lefties bat 300 against him, righties just 0.59. Odds a little bit here in Aldrum's favor.
Talk about gap there.
1-0, sent back foul into the net behind home plate. The count evens at 1. If there's one thing that Ward has struggled with coming back, 7 walks to 6 strikeouts. So pretty much a 1-for-1 ratio in the walk column, and we've seen that today. With the 1 walk and the 1 hit he's given up here in this frame.
Staying on track.
And 1 strikeout.
They cancel each other out, right?
Runners on the corners here. Just 1 out. Aldrum Corridor up at the plate. Pokes this down the left field line. That's fair. Rojas jogging home. Well played by Abreu, but this game is tied 1-1 with a single by Aldrum Corridor. And the Fightin' Phils get back in this game. They keep the line moving. Vicuña shifts to second, Corridor down to first. And here is Jalen Ortiz with 2 on and 1 out.
Perfectly poked down the left field line. I mean,
Koss gave it a good jump, but
very good effort by Koss, and it was played really well by Abreu in left field, but just really nothing he could do. It was too far down the line.
So here's Jalen Ortiz. He takes a first pitch strike on the outside corner. Oh, 0-2, Ortiz down in the count. Just 1 out here on the board, and now a tied ball game in the bottom of the first. Jalen sends this the opposite way, but it's slow off the bat, and they can't turn 2. They just get Corridor at second as Cannon tosses to Hamilton, covering for the force out. Thought for a second that was going to get in the hole. It sounded like maybe he chipped his bat there a little bit, because it just rolled so slowly through the infield grass. But that puts runners on the corners now with 2 outs. Here is McCarthy Tatum.
And now you move another runner over to third base and Kevin Vicuña 90 feet from home.
Just in case there's a miscue by Scott, much easier opportunity for Kevin, who's a swift runner. Tatum takes the ball outside. He just got the call up coming off the injured list on Tuesday, and he's been a force ever since. He's had a couple multi-hit games. And did even have his first home run out in Harrisburg in Double-A. Hits the upstairs with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Tatum checks back with Kelvis Velez there on that call. Ward comes home with the 1-1. This is sent back foul, 1-2. Portland got a run in the top half on a sacrifice fly by Raffaello, scoring Hamilton Redding. Got one back quickly in the bottom half. Aldrim Corridor's RBI single bringing home Rojas. And the inning's still moving with Vicuña on third, Ortiz on first, and 2 outs. Tatum sends this foul down the third baseline. He'll get to go again. Should be noted, Cam Cannon playing very close to second base out there. There's a lot of space for McCarthy to put it in the hole on the right side. They've shifted him pretty deep, pull side.
And with Potts holding Jalen on at first base. He's taking a sizable lead, and here he goes.
No throw down from Scott. You've got Kevin on third. You can't risk that, and Jalen will get a stolen base, his 9th of the season there. And he'll get 2 runners in scoring position here for McCarthy. Tatum, who has the count even 2-2. Ward dangling his right arm. Got the ball in his glove. Now he comes set at the waist, finding his grip. 2 on, 2 out. Here's the 2-2. Ground ball, slow roller to third. On a couple hops, Hamilton fires to first, and that will end the inning. The Fightin' Phils do get a run back. This game is tied at 1 on 2 hits and a walk, 2 stolen bases in that inning as well. On to the second tie ball game.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with the Berks County Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, "Are you okay?" the hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to help raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530.
Berks Immunization Coalition works to provide leadership and education in promoting age-appropriate immunization across the lifespan for all residents of Berks County. This is a coalition comprised of local physicians, nurse practitioners, school nurses, immunization coordinators, immunization advocates, and pharmaceutical representatives working to encourage continuity of immunization through medical resources. They focus on educating both the community and the providers. For more information, please visit www.immunizeba.org and click Local Coalitions.
Here we go into the top of the second at FirstEnergy Stadium, and Reading has tied it back up, 1 apiece. The Fightin' Phils got 2 hits in the first. The Sea Dogs won, so Noah Skiro back out in a fresh, clean ball game. Steven Scott, Alex Benelius, and Hudson Potts are due up here as the first pitch comes in. Ball 1. I have a special guest on the air with me here for Italian Night. It is Jimmy from Victor Emmanuel. Welcome to the air.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm glad you could come on Italian Night. Such a special night here at the ballpark. I am 100% Italian, so I enjoy this night very much.
I'm almost 100%, so I enjoy it just as much.
Fouled back by Scott. 1-1 the count. So we've got a lot going on tonight. We had a pregame concert of Italian music. We've got a great hat giveaway as well. And you guys are here kind of sponsoring the night. And the Philly Fanatic is in town.
Yes.
We appreciate your sponsorship and your community presence here.
Our pleasure. Our pleasure. It's great to give back to the community when we can.
That's great. 3-1 the count here to Steven Scott. When I first moved to Reading, everybody immediately was like, you got to go get the pizza at Victor Emmanuel's. This has popped up in the infield. Tatum racing in. It's in foul territory. Calling off Iser. He makes the catch on the run. A good first out there as Skiro is behind in the count, but they put one on the board. Here's Alex Benelius. So you guys have been serving authentic Italian cuisine for over 100 years. You know, how did it get started?
107 years ago, there were 13 Italian immigrants that started a private Italian club here in Reading, Berks County. and it just steamrolled from there. It just became from 13 members to we're up over 18,000 social members.
Oh my gosh.
We have over 300 lodge members. There's also ladies auxiliary.
First pitch ball inside to Pinellas. This one hits the corner 1-1. So you guys have a whole couple different groups within. This is something that you have to become a member of. Is that correct?
The lodge, yes. The lodge, you have to be born into it. Since 107 years ago, the charter has been open twice, 1972 and 2021.
Exclusive. Pinellas takes a swinging strike, 2-2. But if you wanted to become a member, it's pretty easy for anybody to come and join, right?
All you have to do is come over with a member, sign an application, and you will be approved, basically on the spot, and you're good to go.
Up and in, 3-2 the count, and that way you get access to all the wonderful food that you guys have. Your pizza is your staple, right? But most, if not all, of this food is homemade?
Yes, most of it. We have every Thursday is a homemade special.
Oh
Everything on the menu is homemade on Thursdays. Our pizza is, we go through about 10,000 slices a week.
That's insane.
We're open about 26 hours. So it's there's a lot of dough that goes through.
Ball down and away is ball 4 to Pinellas, and he's going to walk down to first. So a runner on with one out. Here is Hudson Potts. So what would you say outside of the pizza is like your next bestseller? Do you do desserts?
We do.
Is there
We
a cannoli?
recently there are
Oh my
cannolis,
gosh.
and I like to consider myself a cannoli connoisseur. And yes, I'm a little bit biased, and I do think we have some of the best cannolis around.
All right. Well, I'm gonna. Pigs, I think, is a member. He'll have someone in
Pigs-
the office
Pigs is a member.
take me down for a cannoli. This is important to me.
They are definitely better than that Italian bakery that's on TV.
Ball down and away, 1-1 to the count. So not only, are you working here with us in the community today, you guys do a lot of different community efforts.
We do.
Can you talk about, some of those?
We offer scholarships to Berks County students of Italian descent, and we also have a scholarship that stays internal within the Victor's Emmanuel organization. We've been doing that for over 50 years. Since we put our scholarship into place, we have given back to the community over $450,000 in scholarships.
That's amazing. That's such a blessing to the community. Pinellas out on first. Hudson Potts up at the plate with a 1-2 count. This is chopped up the middle. Guzman plays it himself, steps on the bag, fires to first, and that will end the inning. A beautiful double play by the best shortstop on the league. And he sends it down. Portland facing the minimum onto the bottom of the second we go, tied at 1. A big thank you to Jimmy for joining us here. You can visit Victor Emmanuel's website, or you can give them a call, 610-375-3431.
Perfect. I
Thank you
appreciate
so
it. Thank you
much.
very much for having us.
Bottom of the second, Thad Ward sees Herbert Iser first pitch. Quick roller to short, bobbled by Hamilton on to first. And he just makes the play. It was so fast off the bat. I think it just came in too hot to David. But he ended up making a really good play, and he got a quick runner down at first. So there is out number one on one pitch. And we are tied 1-1. A big double play got the Fightins out of the top half. Jonathan Guzman making the play over to first by himself. And so everybody that comes up on either side at this point represents the tying run, or the go-ahead run, as we're tied at 1 apiece. The Fightin' Phils 2 hits, and the Sea Dogs 1. Both teams have been issued 1 walk. Madison Stokes takes a first pitch ball, now a called strike, 1-1. And the sun beginning to set here at the ballpark. The entire field is in the shadows as this is ripped foul 1-2. Sun is now setting just before 8 p.m. Sad. I am personally
summer's
sad.
ending.
I know. But don't worry, we still got a full month of baseball left, 5 weeks, as Stokes is caught looking there, hitting the corner on an off-speed pitch. And there is out number 2, strikeout number 2 for Thad Ward. And here is Jonathan Guzman with 2 away quickly. 3 weeks left at FirstEnergy Stadium, back-to-back weeks here. And then 1 in September. 2 more on the road. This has popped up. Left side of the infield, foul territory. Koss ranging over, makes the catch. And there is out at number 3, a very efficient inning for Thad Ward. And both pitchers face the minimum. No score in the second, so we take our 1-1 tie into the third here at FirstEnergy Stadium.
When the Ready Fightin' Phils get hungry, we turn to our team feed partners. Special thanks to Wild Missing Family Restaurant and Bakery, Squawk Cafe, Collegeville Italian Bakery Pizzeria, Jimmy G's Railroad House, Mimo's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria, Jersey Mike's Subs, Klingers on Cressonia, and Subway for making sure the Fightin' Phils front office is never hungry on game day. Our staff enjoys delicious meals from our team feed partners, but don't take our word for it. Find out for yourself today.
The Reading Fightin' Phils birthday party package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you are a youngster or an adult, there is no better birthday than a Fightin's birthday. The Fightin's Fan Birthday Package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $120. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
To enjoy a perfectly crafted 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola, you must first appreciate its carefully selected ingredients. A dash of cola nut extract, a hint of real sugar, a splash of sparkling water, and a generous amount of attractive spokesperson. Trust me, I'm gorgeous. Cheers to 1893 boldly blended colas, a delicious balancing act of premium ingredients from the makers of Pepsi Cola.
Into the top of the third we go, still tied at 1 apiece. Both starters facing the minimum in the second. And Noah Skiro will see Izzy Wilson to start things off. 2 balls. Cam Cannon and David Hamilton also due up in this frame. Infield, outfield, back deep. As the sun begins to set, it's a beautiful night here at the ballpark. I mean, it couldn't be more perfect to sit outside here. You got a slight breeze. It's not too hot. Good crowd. Fun promotions with the Fanatic in town. Skiro misses inside, behind in the count 3-0. Now he hits for a strike.
And it's not like the last couple weeks here where it's just been blistering and hot and humid. It's perfect tonight.
Fly ball deep to right field. Ortiz at the track, but it's Rojas who calls him off and makes the catch. Man, that carry deep to right center field, but just shy of leaving the park, and that'll be out number 1 for Noah Skiro as the number 9 hitter Cam Cannon steps in on the right side and the infield resets. Both teams scoring a run in the first. A sacrifice fly by Rafaela allowed Hamilton to cross, and Aldrim Corridor with an RBI to score Johan Rojas, and that's where we sit. The Fightin' Phils have had 2 hits, and the Sea Dogs won. Both teams have been issued a walk. First pitch ball here to Cannon. Skiro misses outside, 2-0. This is chipped back, foul. And now he gets a strike here. Everybody in the organization having night games today. Phillies had an awkward 6:40 start against Cincinnati. They lead 2-0 in the bottom of the third. Kyle Gibson on the mound. A swinging strike from Cam Cannon on an off-speed pitch makes it 2-2. Both long balls today by the Phillies. Derek Hall, his 9th of the season. He's actually outplaying first today with Reese Hoskins, the DH, so that'll be fun to watch. And Nick Castellano, his 11th of the season, and that's how they lead. This ball is sent foul. 2-2. They're only in the bottom of the third, but they're out in Cincinnati, and Kyle Gibson is on the rubber, so we'll keep an eye on that game as the Phillies still in the playoff hunt. In the wild card spot. 10.5 games back from the Mets. This is popped up right side. Ortiz jogging in. He'll make the catch on the run. And there is out number 2 as the Sea Dogs go to the top of their order with David Hamilton. Tied at 1 here in the third.
And Nick Castellanos playing against his former team where he had a great career with the Reds before he joined the Phillies. And, you know, he had an RBI in yesterday's win, so I'm happy. Hopefully this is something, you know, Phillies fans have been very critical of him so far, but hopefully this is the start of something really good for him.
He's been playing much better as of late, and I
Absolutely.
think people have really appreciated that and coming around, you know. Lehigh Valley out at Buffalo. They're down 2-0 in the bottom of the second. This is sharp off the bat, but right to shortstop. Jonathan Guzman a bullet to first. And a 1-2-3 inning. Noah Skiro really settling in here as he faces the minimum for the second time in a row and puts his team up to bat. Bottom of the third, tied at 1.
Roof Max of West Reading is a safe, easy, proven, and affordable alternative to a complicated and expensive asphalt roof replacement. Roof Max's revolutionary new technology uses natural, plant-based bio-oil to restore shingles' flexibility and instantly add 5 years of life to a roof. And treatment is around 20% of the cost of a complete roof replacement. From homes to commercial complexes, Roof Max of West Reading can help. Visit GetRoofMax.com or call 610-717-3949 for more information.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin' Phils, 2 great hometown partners.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on the 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating over 70 years of senior living.
I honestly do not think this comes out of any bias at all whatsoever that the Philly Fanatic is the best mascot in all of baseball, if not all of sports.
Gritty would like to have a word.
Well, Gritty's great, but the Fanatic is
he's just
an
so
icon.
Different. Yeah.
And he's also been around longer, so, you know. Johan Rojas steps in for the bottom of the third inning, looks to lay down a bunt, but takes back-to-back balls here to start us off. Tied at 1 in the bottom of the third. Noah Skiro looking really sharp on the rubber. Both pitchers allowed a run in the first, but have settled in. This is deep in the hole. At short, it gets past David Hamilton. He does put a glove on it, but it just skips over that outfield grass edge line into left field as he reaches first without a throw from Hamilton, and we'll have to see that has scored a base hit. It was sharp off the bat. It was deep in the hole, and Hamilton has now had 2 balls which have touched his glove and come away. One he's gotten the out and one he hasn't, as Rojas reaches safely for the 2nd time today. Here's a runner on, and nobody out here for the Fightin' Phils, trying to get ahead early in the game. They have 3 hits to the Sea Dogs 1. Rojas immediately takes off. The throw from Scott trickles in to center field on the wrong side of the bag. Good backup by Rafaela out there to send it in quickly. Stolen base number 49 on the season for Rojas. He is rapidly approaching 50 here.
He did not wait at all to take second base. He knew that Portland would be expecting that, but still not the best throw down from behind the plate, but you always got to bet in Rojas' favor.
Here's Kevin Vicuña with a runner in scoring position and nobody out. He lays down a bunt, but it trickles foul, and he's going to have to go back with a strike. Now, here's the thing. You know, when somebody has a monumental hit, they'll take the baseball and they'll give it to them, and they'll sign it and they'll date it, and it's all official. What do they give him, the bag? You just take third. We'll just give you that. Dirt's got a replacement out there. Sign that out there. 50 is impressive. He leads all of the Phillies affiliates, and by a good amount. Kevin slices this deep in the hole on the left side. It gets through. Rojas races around and scores. The Fightin' Phils lead 2-1. Multi-hit game here from Kevin Vicuña. David Hamilton diving all over the place and coming up with nothing.
That was tough, too. Let's watch that back. And he did get a glove on it once again, but it was just hit so hard. That's twice now in this inning that's happened. It just proves you put the ball in play and hit it hard. Good chance things are going to happen.
Back-to-back hits for the Fightin' Phils. Puts a run on the board. They're up 2-1. Here's Wendell Rijo with Kevin out on first. And still no outs. Thad Ward throws over to first. These are the first earned runs he's allowed here in Double-A. Came in with a 0 ERA. Now, I know that's only 2 games, but 8 2/3 scoreless for a starter is impressive. The Fightin' Phils knocking into him a little bit early as Wendell Rijo takes the first pitch called strike. Kevin's already taken a good lead off of first. This is down and away, 1-1. Rijo struck out swinging his first time up. Has a chance to keep the line moving. The Fightin' Phils in the top of the order in a good spot here against Thad Ward, up to 40 pitches here in the bottom of the 3rd. Rijo sends this ball into right field. Wilson tracking it. He'll make the catch. And there is out number 1. Vicuña stays on first. Aldrum Corridor coming up to the plate. I think we're going to get a nice cotton candy sky here tonight. It is beautiful, just some puffy clouds in the backdrop. As the sun's setting here, no more on the field. All shadows makes it a little bit easier to feel the ball until we get to twilight. Then it becomes difficult again. Vicuña going, the throw down from Scott. Keeping it in his glove is Hamilton, and that one they do get a caught stealing. 2-6 in your scorebooks if you're following along. And there is out number 2 on the board. Corridor took a ball there, so 1-0. But 2 outs and nobody on the base pass here. Reading leads 2-1 now. Vicuña batted in Rojas. Corridor sends this back into the net. Foul, 1-1 the count.
You have to love how aggressive the Arphils are being on the base pass, though, between Rojas, Vicuña there.
And Rijo also as well. He's got 17, so for probably just a heartbeat longer does he lead the team, because Rojas already has 16 right now. Corridor shoves this into right center. That's going to drop in. It's going to the wall. He's racing for 2. The throw in by the center fielder off the line. Aldrum Corridor, a double as he gets himself into scoring position with 2 outs. And man, did he book it.
He shows off his speed every game. That was just poked right into the gap, and it almost goes to the wall. And see out there, Rafaela kind of slipped on the grass out there when he was fielding that ball and just did not get a clean throw into second base. But give credit to Corridor for hustling it out to get to second base. Now he's in scoring position.
2 outs. Jalen Ortiz up at the plate. Oh, he gets hit. And you could hear that come off the plastic of his Evo Shield guard. And thank goodness he has that on there, because the way that popped off, just thankful that he's okay, walking down to first now on a hit by pitch. That puts 2 on here and 2 out for McCarthy Tatum.
I think we've talked about before, we've talked about what kind of guards the players wear on their body to protect against getting hit by a pitch. I think we've talked about this before, but the guard on the glove is something new too.
That's a new one that we've seen. A lot of guys have been hit in the hand this season.
Yeah.
You go to move out of the way, you go to protect your face, you bring your hands up and in, and sometimes, that's a really tough injury to come back from as well. I mean, hands are everything in this game, and the speed of your hands too. So having that extra padding outside the glove, inside the glove, we'll see how that makes a difference. First pitch strike to Tatum, then he chases 0-2.
I got an up-close look at it when I was watching the Phillies yesterday. I forget which player it was that had it on, but I got a good view of it, and it's just like an addition onto the glove. It has its own Velcro and everything.
Right, and obviously with Bryce Harper down
Absolutely.
for that exact reason, everyone's a little bit more sensitive to it. 2 on, 2 out, a called strike 3 to McCarthy Tatum, caught looking on 3 pitches. But the Fightin' Phils get a run on the board. They lead 2-1 on 3 more hits in this inning. And we go on to the 4th with a 1-run lead.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating over 70 years of senior living.
The time has come for businesses to grow, to prosper, to innovate, to succeed. Tompkins Vist Bank continues to be a leading lender to companies in southeastern Pennsylvania. We make decisions locally and invest locally so local businesses can thrive. Call a business advisor today and see how we can help your business grow. Tompkins Vist Bank, locally focused, a world of possibilities. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Noah Skiro comes out for another inning of work. The Arphils taking the lead in the 3rd inning. They're now up 2-1 as Willier Abreu digs in, takes a first pitch strike. Skiro delivering the second pitch, and that one hits right down the middle. He's ahead 0-2. He's gotten ahead of a couple batters so far in this game and has, for the most part, succeeded. This one comes high. The count will be 1-2. Alexis Yoder on here for the top of the 4th inning. As Skiro delivers this, gets a swing and a miss from Abreu, and he goes down for out number 1. And the first strikeout of the game for Noah Skiro. He's induced a lot of flyouts, a lot of pop-ups. And one double play here so far. He's given up just one run, and that was back in the top of the first inning. But that's since been erased as the Arphils have scored 2 runs to take the lead. Rafaela digs in here as the second batter in this inning. He flew out to right field for the second out in the top of the first. Count evens at 1-1. This one just clips above the outside corner. So now he falls behind in the count, 2-1 to Skiro. Moving pretty quickly here with Herbert Iser back behind the plate. This one is popped foul into the plaza on the right side here in FirstEnergy Stadium. 2-2 is the count. The Arphils taking the lead in the last half inning, the bottom of the third. And they'll look to keep it that way. Count goes to full, 3-2. Rafaela working back here, trying to become the first base runner in this inning for Portland. Skiro comes home, another big swing and a miss. And Rafaela trots back to the dugout. Second strikeout, second out. And second strikeout of the game here for Noah Skiro. As Christian Koss digs in. We saw him flash the leather a little bit in the last inning, tried to make a play on hit by Aldrin Corridor down the left field line. Nearly got it, but it just squirted by and Corridor reached safely. He'll take strike one here from Skiro, who's working quickly. This one's shot down the right field line. It's gonna hit into the Arphils bullpen onto the field down there. Jalen Ortiz will go over, retrieve it, toss it into the crowd to a fan who's now waving their hands in the air, celebrating the best souvenir in all of baseball. Foul ball, can't beat it. Koss went to the plate in the top of the first inning. He flew out to right field for the third out in that frame as he sends another one foul here to stay alive. He's down in the count, 0-2. Skiro trying to get out of this inning by facing the minimum. He's already struck out the first 2 batters that he's faced in this inning, trying to make it a third. This one down and away, 1-2 the count. 1-2 pitch is popped up on the right side. Madison Stokes over into foul territory. He'll make the catch, toss it into the crowd. And Noah Skiro, another inning where he faces the minimum. And that'll be it for the top of the fourth. Sea Dogs go down in order, and the Arphils trying to add to their lead here in the bottom half. And we'll be back to see if they can extend their lead. Herbert Iser coming to lead off the bottom of the 4th inning for the Phils as they look to add to their 2-1 lead. And Thad Ward coming out for another inning of work for the Sea Dogs. He delivers a first pitch strike here to Iser. He grounded out to shortstop his first time up to bat as he takes a ball to even the count 1-1. Following him will be Madison Stokes and Jonathan Guzman. As he weaves at this pitch here, he falls behind 1-2. He sends this one into center field. Back on the track is Rafaela, and he makes the catch, and that ball just kept carrying. But it's just a long out here as Madison Stokes comes to the plate. Went down looking for the second out in the 2nd inning, as he looks to get his first hit back here in Baseball Town since returning from the injured list, as he takes a first pitch strike. And Stokes returned to the Phils lineup last week against the Senators, and he wasted no time making noise for the Phils. Hit a home run, one of 4 home runs in the contest last Tuesday. As Reading erupted for a 13-2 victory, every batter reached base safely at least once in that contest. As he takes ball 1 here in this count, 1-2 with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. This one falls just below the zone outside. The count evens 2-2 to Madison Stokes. This one just above the zone. Now Stokes has worked his way back for a 3-2 count, trying to become the first base runner of the inning for the Phils. Ward delivers, and it's a called strike 3 as Stokes goes down looking for the 2nd time in this game. And Jonathan Guzman comes to the plate with 2 outs for the Phils, trying to keep the inning going before the Phils go back out onto the field. Guzman digs in. He popped up to third base his first time. He's going to try and bunt, but misses, as it's called a strike. Lots of speed shown off here so far in this game, as Guzman's trying to do that as well. He watches a pitch go outside, 1-1. Johan Rojas, 2 stolen bases already in this game. Guzzi sends this one foul back over the roof here in Baseball Town, as he stays alive here. 1-2 the count, 2 outs. The Phils lead 2-1. In the bottom of the 4th inning, this one pops off the glove of Scott High. Count evens at 2-2. Reading 5 hits to the Sea Dogs 1. No errors made so far in this contest, though there have been a few sharp balls hit by the Phils, particularly to shortstop. David Hamilton certainly getting his work in the left middle of the infield. Guzzi goes down looking. A tough call there behind the plate from Calvis Velez. But Ward gets 2 to look and strike out in this inning as the Phils come back out onto the field to look to hold on to this lead here. Noah Skiro coming back out for another inning of work. We'll see how he does to continue this game. We'll be back for the top of the 5th inning here in Baseball Town.
Into the fifth we go here at FirstEnergy Stadium. Both teams a run in the first inning, and the Fightin' Phils were able to get one in the third, so they lead 2-1. As we head into the fifth here, Noah Skiro back out for another inning of work. He'll see Stephen Scott, Alex Pinellas, and Hudson Potts. Both pitchers a quick 1-2-3 frame, getting 2 strikeouts in the fourth inning. Noah Skiro 59 pitches and Thad Ward 64. 2 balls and no strikes here to Scott, who popped up in his first at-bat. A little bit of a shift on the lefty batter here. Skiro kicks and fires. This is popped up right side. Coming in, Madison Stokes. Foul territory, he makes the grab. And there is quick out number 1. Skiro eclipsing the 100 strikeout mark back in the fourth inning with his first strikeout of the game against Abreu and the second one almost immediately after against Rafaela. So 100 and 101. That puts him fourth in strikeouts so far this season. Griff McGarry, or leading the way, is Andrew Painter with 118. Griff McGarry with 107. Mick Abel with 103, and now Noah Skiro with 101. Chance to move up a little bit in the ranks depending on how many he is today, but of course all of those guys will most likely have starts later in the week. 2-0 here to Pinellas. Righty kicks and fires. This hits on the inside corner. Skiro allowing just 1 run on 1 hit. That was the double by David Hamilton to lead off this game. He's also issued a walk to this guy up here at the plate right now, who gets ahead in the count 3-1. The Fightin' Phils 2 runs on 5 hits, and they as well have taken 1 walk and 1 hit batter.
Similar game lines here.
Both good starting pitchers here today as Skiro gets Pinellas to chase. Keeping that fastball up for Noah, 92. Last start that he had here at FirstEnergy Stadium, and even the one out in Harrisburg, he was able to keep his velo up late in the start, especially when he was going through the lineup second and third times. And this hits the outside corner. Huge, caught looking against Pinellas. Got behind in the count, stayed tough. And there is strikeout number 3 for Noah Skiro. Out number 2 quickly in the fifth. He's had back-to-back long 6 innings, 5 innings. It's been solid as of late, really finding his groove here. Longest outing of the season, 7 innings. As the first pitch is fouled back by Potts, strike 1. And longest pitch count-wise, 96 offerings on July 3rd. So he can stay out there if he's cruising the way he is right now. 2 outs. This is shot to left field, playable for Kevin Vicuña. He comes in on the run and makes the catch. Another 1-2-3 frame for Noah Skiro, his 4th consecutive as he sits down the side. Reading takes their 2-1 lead into the bottom of the 5th.
The award-winning Reading Hospital Tower Health Character Pool Party provides an unforgettable night out with your family and friends. Enjoy a baseball game while swimming in the 87-degree heated pool directly behind the right field home run wall. Plus, 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet and photos and autographs with the crazy hot dog vendor and the Fightin' Phils mascot band. Regular season tickets are $31 per person for groups of 20 or more. Give us a call today at 610-370-BALL.
For top flight local jobs, go with who you know. JP Mascaro & Sons, a leading waste removal company. To meet today's employment and service demands brought on by the pandemic, Mascaro is upgrading its already highly competitive employee wage and benefit package for drivers, collection crew helpers, and other positions. Call 888-MASCARO, MASCARO, for details. Work for an established local family business committed to its employees. Again, call 888-MASCARO today or apply online at www.jpmascaro.com. Highline Merchandising, formerly Textiles, is your local small business company that provides screen printing, design, and merchandising services for local, national, and international businesses, bands, shows, and festivals, including 7-time Emmy Award-winning show Schitt's Creek and Unsolved Mysteries. Visit our website at highlinemerchandising.com.
Top of the lineup here for the Fightin' Phils in the bottom of the 5th inning. Johan Rojas, Kevin Vicuña, and Wendell Rijo all due up in this frame. The Fightin' Phils lead 2-1 over the Portland Sea Dogs. Thad Ward out for the bottom half. 64 pitches for the starter. Allowed 5 hits and a walk here to Redding as Rojas checks his swing, and he does go around strike number 1. Big game for Redding here against the first place Portland Sea Dogs, looking to make up some ground here in a late season playoff push. This is up and away, 1-1. Starting to get darker here in Redding as the sun's setting just about 8 o'clock these days. Baseball under the lights on a beautiful Tuesday night in Redding. What a good way to kick off a 2-week homestand. Oh my gosh, look at this spider.
Oh my gosh.
He is coming at us. He is aggressive.
He's moving too. He's going fast.
That's called strike right at the knees, 2-2. Rojas has already been on base tonight. A walk and a single, has stole 2 bags as well, and has scored twice. This is sent back foul into the net above the plaza. Past the diving first baseman. His trickles into right. Another hit here for Johan Rojas as he sends it well up the first base line. And he gets himself on in the leadoff spot 3 times. I mean, could you ask anything more out of your leadoff batter?
Absolutely not. Just get on base any way you can. And he has. He walked in the first inning, had another single in the third. Keeping it going here with nobody out.
Paying attention to him, base running as well. He's had 2 stolen bases in this game for 16 here, which makes 49 on the season. He's going for 50. You know it. I know it. Thad Ward knows it. We'll see if anybody can stop him as Kevin Vicuña takes a strike. He's had 2 hits in the game today, including the RBI for the go-ahead run.
You'd love to see him producing at the top of the lineup, too. For majority of the season, he's really been stuck down in the bottom, but he's producing here in the 2-hole.
Chase is on an offering, down and away, 0-2. Arm warming in the bullpen for the Portland Sea Dogs here as Ward reaches 70 pitches. Obviously coming out of Tommy John surgery. They're going to be careful here. Runner on first, nobody out here. Bottom of the 5th. Vicuña slices this back foul.
And you said he got Tommy John surgery last season?
Last season, so June of last season. So really only played for about 2 months in 2021, and he'll get about 2 months here in 2022. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Kevin. Poked probably into the parking lot. And he'll keep his count here. Nobody out, bottom 5. Redding leads 2-1 over the Portland Sea Dogs. And they've had good hitting with runners in scoring position. They've had good pitching, and they've had good defense today. It's really a nice, well-rounded game for the AA Phillies. This is a pickoff attempt. No dice as Rojas dives back in safely. Kevin waits in the righty batter's box. Wendell Rijo in the on-deck circle, and Aldrin Corridor in the hole. Righty sets up, glove at the waist. Rojas shuffling off of first. Called strike 3, hits way inside to Kevin, and he's going to have to head back to the dugout with out number 1 here in the 5th. Strikeout number 6 for Thad Ward. And Rojas stays on first as Wendell Rijo comes up, and now I think we are going to see the end of the day for Thad Ward as the manager Chad Epperson comes out and onto the mound. The infield coming in. We'll take a quick break for a pitching change, and then we'll be back to the Fightin' Phils. Got a base runner and 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. They lead by 1.
The Enersys Power Alley Pub features a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet, private bar with bartender, 2 rows of seats, bar stool seating, and 4 cafe tables. the pub provides your party a private area to enjoy the ball game away from other fans. The Enersys Power Alley Pub may accommodate groups of 40 to 60 people. Enjoy socializing with your group and watch the game with a unique vantage point.
Highline Merchandising, formerly Textiles, is your local small business company that provides screen printing, design, and merchandising services for local, national, and international businesses, bands, shows, and festivals, including 7-time Emmy Award-winning show Schitt's Creek and Unsolved Mysteries. Visit our website at highlinemerchandising.com.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Connect with events that have shaped and changed the game and our country. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org. See you in Cooperstown, where the journey becomes legend.
Thad Ward will hand the ball over to Jacob Wallace, who enters out of the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen. He inherits a base runner and an out here in the bottom of the 5th. That's Johan Rojas, who singled to reach. He's out on first with Wendell Rio up in the batter's box. Reading leads 2 runs on 6 hits. Portland 1 run on 1 hit. And the Fightin' Phils looking for a big victory to start off a 6-game series. Wallace, the right-hander for the Portland Sea Dogs, a 4.83 ERA this season. And he'll inherit a runner and it out, and see Wendell Rio up at the plate here. Rio 0 for 2 today, looking to turn things around, keep the line moving. Wallace spending the entire season here in Double-A. Last 3 appearances have been pretty solid. 1 earned run across 5 innings. A wild pitch gets away from the catcher, Scott. Rojas takes second. That will not count towards his stolen bases. So he does not have 50. Stuck at 49 there, but he does get himself into scoring position here as Rio obviously takes a ball 1-0. Wallace out of the University of Connecticut. There's actually a couple UConn people throughout the league. Played in the Cape Cod League, of course. I don't think he could be from the area and not. Wallace out of Massachusetts. Here's a called strike, 1-1. Infield playing straight up here against Wendell Rio. Rojas out on second, 1 out. Wallace steals. This hits the outside corner, 1-2. Manager Sean Williams down the third baseline, ready to wave his runner home here. Reading trying to put some distance between them and the Sea Dogs at about the midway point in this game. And this is a called strike 3 inside. Rio not too happy with the call here. He's going to say something to Kelvis Velez as he walks back into the dugout. And there are back-to-back strikeouts. Of course, only 1 there from Wallace. That's his first batter. And here's Aldrin Corridor with a runner in scoring position and 2 away. He's already got an RBI on the night. He's already got 2 hits. Can he get another with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs? Takes the first pitch, called strike, a single and a double for Aldrin right now. I would be elated to see this man hit a triple. I don't know.
Go for the cycle.
You know
Why
what?
not?
If I was predicting a cycle from somebody, I don't know if it would be him, but I would love to see it. Obviously, he's got the
Things we
power.
would love to see.
He's got the power to hit it out of the
Absolutely.
park. And then the triple, you just got to hit one of the corners really well.
Kind of bouncing around in the corners, which we've seen. And, you know, if you're not used to playing in this ballpark all the time, then sometimes you don't know how to play it correctly with the bouncing in the corners.
0-2, chopped to second. Won't see a triple here as Cannon sends the ball over to first, and that will do it. Fightin' Phils get a hit. They get a runner in scoring position, but they can't bring anybody home, so they'll take their 2-1 lead into the 6th inning here at America's Classic Ballpark.
Join us as we celebrate Reading's Hispanic and Latino culture during 12 Friday home games this season. With Savage 61 Fiesta Fridays presented by eXp Realty, Breakthrough Beverage, Humane Pennsylvania, Origlio Beverage, and Mal Beer. Fiesta Fridays feature special Los Luchador de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food and music, and other cultural elements throughout the ballpark. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL or visiting us at the Weidenhammer ticket office at FirstEnergy Stadium.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin' Phils, two great hometown partners.
Savage Auto Group is a proud sponsor of Fiesta Fridays. Enjoy an Our Phil's game, great food, music, and entertainment. The team will play in their Los Luchadores de Reading Latino tribute uniforms. Visit Timmy Profit and Savage Auto Group, Pennsylvania's most awarded dealership for all your automotive needs.
You know, I'd like to give Aldrim Corridor some more credit here on the broadcast. 14 career triples. So it's possible. It is possible. On to the 6th inning. The first pitch by Hudson Potts. Ground ball to Madison Stokes. The covering Noah Skiro makes the play. Those PFPs really coming in handy here for the pitchers. They practiced those today. Not Noah Skiro. He's getting ready for a start. But he gets the job done. One pitch, one out here in the bottom of the 6th. He's been very efficient and looking to keep rolling through the Sea Dogs here. 72 pitches. And now he will see Cam Cannon, the number 9 batter here. 0 for 1 with a fly out to right field. Skiro has a 1-run lead to work with. He's been working with it for quite a while. Giving up just 1 hit and 1 walk as Cannon takes the first pitch ball. He's done 7 innings once before this season, so we'll see how this frame goes and what manager Sean Williams is thinking down in the dugout. Infield, outfield, back deep. Cannon down 3-0 quickly. Checking in on the Iron Pigs. They're down by 2 in the top of the 5th inning. Out in Buffalo. Spot start for Ofredi Gomez. And a 4-pitch walk here in our game to Cam Cannon. He'll walk down to first as we go into the top of the 6th inning. Or the top of the 6th inning. I mean, we're in this top of the 6th. But top of the lineup, here's David Hamilton. Jersey Shore leading Wilmington 2-1. They are in the bottom of the 4th. Out at Shoretown Ballpark. Skiro's picked up a big double play before. See what he can do against Hamilton, who has the only hit of the game for the Sea Dogs so far today. And Herbert Iser is going to take a jog down there after 5th consecutive ball that Skiro has thrown. Clearwater. And Clearwater is tied right now, 2-2. They're in the top of the 4th on the road this week against Daytona. And the Phillies leading 6-3 thanks to Rhys Hoskins' home run. They're on top in the top of the 5th inning, threatening again with Bryson Stott up at the plate. There's a swinging strike here to David Hamilton. Skiro getting locked back in with a runner on first and one out. This is roped down the right field line. Ortiz chasing. He'll fire it in very quickly. 2-hit night for David Hamilton. He's the only one who's made that contact today. Pushes Cannon over to second. 2 on, and just one out here for Noah Skiro as Wilyer Abreu comes up. This is sent back, foul for strike number 1. Abreu, a ground out and a strikeout today, and now there is somebody warming up in the Fightin Phil's bullpen. Noah approaching 80 pitches in a little bit of probably the biggest jam of the day, which is really impressive. This is struck sharply foul, and Abreu down 0-2 very quickly here. Number 28 on the Red Sox top 30 prospect list. Signed for $30,000 from the Astros. Now with the Red Sox here. Skiro misses outside. 1-2. This is sharply struck into the Fightin Phil's dugout, and he'll keep his count. Cannon on second, Hamilton on first. 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Reading leads 2-1. And Skiro's had such a good start today. Looking for him to get out of this frame clean. Runner shuffle off the bag. The 1-2 just outside. 2-2. Looks like Trevor Betancourt out warming for the Fightin Phils. Skiro out of the stretch, gets the sign from Iser back behind the plate. 2 on, 1 out. Here's a 2-2. Again fouled back. This has been a hefty at-bat from Abreu. 6 pitches so far, and the count remains at 1-2. Sun is fully set here. Baseball under the lights in Reading, Pennsylvania. What a nice night. Wind really non-existent. Just flag in the center out at that pole. Here's a 2-2. Line right over the head of Wendell Rijo. Jalen Ortiz, fires that back in from right field, and a base hit will load them here for the Portland Sea Dogs. Cannon on third, Hamilton on second, and Abreu on first. And here is Cedon Rafaela. A double play ball could get out of this inning for Noah Skiro unscathed. Still has an opportunity for no damage. With 1 out on the board, the bases are loaded here for the Sea Dogs. And Sean is going to let him fight through this at bat. Rafaela responsible for the only run of the game so far, a sac fly back in the first. Also struck out against Skiro in the 4th. Two hits and a walk for the Sea Dogs. This is a fly ball out to left. Vicuña getting in on it. No tag out of Cannon. Vicuña sends it in very quickly, and Tatum forces him to stay at third. That is a big out for Skiro under pressure. And now there's 2 away. A sac fly won't do it. A force at every base will end the inning. Here is the cleanup hitter, Christian Koss, who's 0 for 2 today. Cannon on third, Hamilton on second, and Abreu on first. Just 1 run on 3 hits for Portland, 2 runs on 6 hits for Reading. Good defense on either side today. No errors in this game. First pitch down and away, swinging strike from Christian Koss. Skiro fighting with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Wild pitch gets through the legs of Iser, and that ties this game. All the runners advance. And now it's 2-2. Not exactly how you want to give up the run there, as Cannon crosses the plate. Hamilton to third and Abreu to second. But no wiggle room when the bases are loaded here. 2 in scoring position still here. Cost still up. Takes a swinging strike, down 1-2. Skiro's held his velocity really well. Fastball still 92, 93 here. Pretty impressive with 88 pitches thrown. Crowd chanting strike him out, and he does just that. Fastball upstairs. Gets Cost to chase, and there is out number 3, but Portland gets a run on a wild pitch. And that ties this ball game at 2. Reading up to bat here in the bottom of the 6th, looking to get ahead once more.
The award-winning Reading Hospital Tower Health Character Pool Party provides an unforgettable night out with your family and friends. Enjoy a baseball game while swimming in the 87-degree heated pool directly behind the right field home run wall. Plus 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet and photos and autographs with the crazy hot dog vendor and the Fightin' Phil's mascot band. Regular season tickets are $31 per person for groups of 20 or more. Give us a call today at 610-370-BALL.
For top-flight local jobs, go with who you know. J.P. Mascaro & Sons, a leading waste removal company. To meet today's employment and service demands brought on by the pandemic, Mascaro is upgrading its already highly competitive employee wage and benefit package for drivers, collection crew helpers, and other positions. Call 888-MASCARO, M-A-S-C-A-R-O, for details. Work for an established local family business committed to its employees. Again, call 888-MASCARO today or apply online at www.jpmascaro.com. Highline Merchandising, formerly Textiles, is your local small business company that provides screen printing, design, and merchandising services for local, national, and international businesses, bands, shows, and festivals, including 7-time Emmy Award-winning show Schitt's Creek and Unsolved Mysteries. Visit our website at highlinemerchandising.com.
The tying run for the Portland Sea Dogs comes across on a wild pitch in the top of the 6th inning, so it's 2-2, but it's Reading's turn to bat. Those end up Jalen Ortiz, McCarthy, Tatum, and Herbert Iser here in this frame. Everybody that comes up represents the go-ahead run here. As Jacob Wallace stays in from the bullpen. Came in and got the final 2 outs of the 5th. He'll get a fresh inning here as he sends Jalen Ortiz a first pitch ball. Infield, outfield, back deep. Ortiz chips it off this bat, and it stays fair, and that's an unfortunate out. He was looking to avoid getting hit by a pitch. Instead, he makes contact, and there is out number 1 as Hudson Potts plays it himself. Here's McCarthy, Tatum with 1 away. Tatum batting a combined .278 on the season, playing mostly for Jersey Shore, did have a couple rehab outings, and joined us on the road in Reading, where I guess we were in Harrisburg last week. Out of the stretch only for Wallace, this is popped up down the first base line in foul territory. Potts ranging over. He'll make the catch. 1 pitch is out number 2. And here's Herbert Iser. Iser, Stokes, and Guzman, the 7 through 9 batters, have combined 0 for 6 today. Popped up, shallow left. Hamilton tracking back. He's called off by Abreu. And there is out number 3, an impressive inning of work.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time.
What was that, 4 pitches out of Jacob Wallace? And he sets down the Fightin' Phil's in order. Tied at 2. To the 7th we go here in Baseball Town.
And he's going to be taking on former Arfield Zach Warren in a battle of quick.
The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Berks Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Berks Packing provides America's classic ballpark with quality products, including the highly acclaimed flat-top grilled hot dog. Join us for Berks Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long at FirstEnergy Stadium.
Lidl is a normal grocery store with aisles and shelves and high-quality groceries, but only Lidl has really low prices. Like so low they're too good to be true. But true. Lidl, suspiciously low-priced groceries.
Fightins make a call to the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen as Trevor Betancourt enters the game here in the 7th in a tie ball game, looking to keep it that way. 2 runs apiece. Noah Skiro finishes with a quality start, 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts on a total of 90 pitches. An impressive outing for Noah. And he hands the ball over to Trevor as Steven Scott takes a swinging strike. Ground ball. Ranging over Wendell Rio at second. He'll make the play. And there is out number 1. Here's Alex Spinellis. 0 for 1, took a walk back in the 2nd, but got tied up on a double play ball. First pitch strike here to Spinellis from the left side. Not too big of a shift as Guzman a couple steps to the left of that bag at second, and McCarthy Tatum playing a little bit over at third. Ball and a strike here. 22-year-old from Wisconsin. Chases a breaking ball. Down 1-2. Alex originally drafted by the Milwaukee Brewers in the 3rd round back in 2021, and then traded for Jackie Bradley Jr., David Hamilton, who we see here, and Spinellis here for the Red Sox, Hunter Renfroe. Two got traded from the Brewers system, so you're not even in the org for a year, and immediately you move. It's rare, but it happens. Takes the ball outside, and the count is now full. That's a big name to be traded with, and for Renfroe and JBJ. And there is ball 4 on the outside corner. He takes his 2nd walk of the day. He'll jog down to first with 1 out. Here is Hudson Potts.
First baseman number 11, Hudson Potts.
Reading 2 runs on 6 hits. Portland 2 runs on 3 hits. Good plays in the field. Jonathan Guzman, the flip to Rio, onto first, and a double play gets them out of the inning. Really impressive work by Jonathan Guzman over at short. Second fantastic double play today. Gets Betancourt out facing the minimum. And stretch time here at the ballpark before we take the 2-2 into the bottom of the 7th.
Gear up for Fightin' Phil's season. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin' Phil's team store at FirstEnergy Stadium or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phil's hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selections of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading Hot Dogs gear, plus throwback, black, R-Train, R-Phil's attire. Root for your Fightins in style. Stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightins team store or rphils.com/shop.
The sound of an ice-cold Corona is music to my ears. Oh, run that back. Dope. Now drop that beat. And hit me with the hook, player. Hey, whatever you do with your fine life, just do you, player. Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons.
Into the bottom of the 7th here, tied at 2 apiece. Trevor Betancourt came in, got a clean frame with a double play ball, getting him out. And we'll see what the Fightins could do here as Madison Stokes takes the first pitch out to left center field, racing in. And making the play is Abreu. Quick out number 1.
Shortstop number 4.
Here is Jonathan Guzman. Jacob Wallace staying in for another frame after sitting the Fightin' Phils down on like 4 pitches back of the 6th. Here's Guzman, 0 for 2 at the plate, but has been very impressive turning 2 double plays in the field today. Corner infielders playing in, middle infielders back deep as he takes the ball below the knees. There's a pitch that hits the corner, 1-1, 95 out of Wallace. Upstairs above the letters, 2-1. Portland got on the board first, a sacrifice fly by Rafaela scoring Hamilton in the top of the first. Reading tied it up in the bottom half. Aldrim Corridor batting in Johan Rojas. Guzman sends his back foul, 2-2. The Fightin' Phils took a lead as Kevin Vicuña brought in Rojas again. They led 2-1. And then in the top of the 6th, a wild pitch allowed Cannon to score, tying us at 2 apiece. Now we're in the back part of this ball game, bottom of the 7th. Guzman chases for strike 3, 2 outs here. To the top of the order, here's Johan Rojas. He's been on base all 3 times today. 2 hits and a walk, scored twice, stole 2 bags. And he will try to get something working with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Corner infielder is going to play in. Keeps the bat on his shoulder with a pitch up and away, 1-0. Middle infielder's back deep. We've seen him look to bunt before in this game, and he hasn't laid one down yet, but he's had a couple bunt singles this season. Takes a fastball outside, 2-0. inside, and he's ahead in the count 3-0. Looking for a base runner here. And Rojas is your guy to do it. Philly Fanatic revving up the crowd. 3-0 hits the corner, 3-1. Good crowd here tonight for a Tuesday. School's getting back in session, people taking those last-minute vacations. It's nice to have a crowd, though, at the ballpark still supporting us. This hits the corner, and the count is now full. It's already walked once tonight. Looking to get on base any way he can, was ahead in the count now. It's full. Wallace sets up, glove at the chest. Here's the payoff pitch. This is taken deep to center field. Way back, Rafaela leaps. And he makes the catch. What an impressive play by Rafaela in center field. At the wall, slamming into it, robbing Rojas of a hit. 2-2 into the 8th we go here in America's Classic Ballpark.
K Pool and Spa offers a variety of expert services for both in and above ground pools and hot tubs. They provide the service for Pool Pavilion at the FirstEnergy Stadium and keep it clean and maintained throughout the entire season. Based in Reading, Pennsylvania, they've been family owned and operated for 40 years. Turn to K Pool and Spa for the best value and professional service.
International Fireworks is the official fireworks provider for the R-Phils. International Fireworks shoots all 33 fireworks shows throughout the R-Phils season, including 6 Mega Blast fireworks shows. International Fireworks also provides the pregame fireworks after the national anthem at each game. International Fireworks has a retail store in nearby Douglasville, Pennsylvania, where you can purchase all of your fireworks. Visit fireworksrus.com for more information about the International Fireworks retail store in Douglasville. Thanks again to International Fireworks, the official fireworks provider of the R-Phils.
Looking for the place to have the ultimate family fun at the Fightin' Phils game? Look no further than Capital Blue Cross Funland. Capital Blue Cross Funland features the most exciting games and entertainment at the ballpark, including speed pitch, mini golf, ring toss and peach basket toss, mascot autograph booth, a bounce house, and the incredible giant inflatable slide. Bring your family to all the fun at their next R-Phils game at Capital Blue Cross Funland.
With a leaping catch by Cedon Rafaela that ended the 7th inning, we take our 2-2 tie into the 8th. Trevor Betancourt gets another frame. He'll see Izzy Wilson, Cam Cannon, and David Hamilton. 8, 9, and 1 in the order. A first pitch strike at the knees to Izzy Wilson, who's 0 for 2 today. Gets a called strike to Izzy, 0-2 the count. Batting under the Mendoza line, 184 right now. Looking for another clean inning late in this game. It's been tight on either side, just 4 runs, combined 9 hits. And he gets Wilson swinging upstairs. Out number 1 here in the 8th. And here's Cam Cannon. Scoring the tying run in the 6th on a wild pitch. Walk to Reese was pushed over with 2 hits. Really anybody can come away the hero here tonight. As Cannon chases a pitch down and away. Strike 1. There's a call looking, strike 2. Betancourt working quickly here. Joining us about 2 months ago, coming off the injured list. And he's been a really great addition to the bullpen. 0-2, and he gets Cannon to chase way down and away. Back-to-back strikeouts for Betancourt, puts 2 outs on the board. And to the top of the order we go with David Hamilton. Let's check around the farm system here. Lehigh Valley has tied their game up at 2. They're in the top of the 7th. Dalton Guthrie, a 2-run shot, scoring Carl Ellison. That's become a good game out in Buffalo. Jersey Shore takes their 1-run lead into the bottom of the 6th inning. They're at home. This is chipped off the bat, foul over the plate. 0-1. Clearwater down by 1. They are in the top of the 6th inning, looking to tie up that game. And the Phillies still lead by 3. Kyle Gibson out on the rubber in the bottom of the 6th inning. Rhys Hoskins, that big home run. All homers on either side. Fly ball out to left field. Kevin Vicuña is there. Another 1-2-3 frame for Trevor Betancourt. Gets the job done here, sends us to the bottom of the 8th. Reading looking to break this 2-2 tie in the top of the order.
You can add a delicious all-you-can-eat buffet to any Reading Fightin' Phil's game ticket for only $19. No need to visit the concession stand. You can add a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet to any ticket. This selection includes barbecue chicken, barbecue sandwiches, cheeseburgers, hamburgers, hot dogs, mac and cheese, corn, pasta salad, baked beans, potato salad, chips, fruit, cookies, and all Pepsi products. Call the Fightins at 610-370-BALL, order online at Fightins.com, or visit the Weidenhammer ticket office at FirstEnergy Stadium.
Unlike any other area in FirstEnergy Stadium, the Savage 61 dugout suite puts you in the closest seat to the action on field, located just feet away from the diamond on the first base side. With covered seating, abilities in motion accessible seating, and the most unique view around, your group will thank you over and over again for this one-of-a-kind experience. Tickets for the dugout suite start at $25 and include options to add food and drink packages.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with Mao Beer and Stockertown Beverage throughout the 2022 season. Mao Beer and Mao's Cinco Estrellas Lager, which is available in the Stadium Plaza Bar, has 128 amazing years of brewing history. Make sure to pick up Mao Beer and Mao's Cinco Estrellas Lager at FirstEnergy Stadium at our Plaza Bar throughout the 2022 season and through our partner at Stockertown Beverage. Mao Beer will be on site for all of our Fiesta Friday games with samplings of their amazing Cinco Estrellas Lager. Mao Beer is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin' Phils in all Fiesta Friday celebration games. Mao Beer, the 5-star taste and quintessential beer from Madrid. Please drink responsibly.
Into the bottom of the 8th inning, Reading tied 2-2 with the Portland Sea Dogs, and they come out of their bullpen with Odanier Mesqueda. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning, he will face the top of the Fightin' Phils order, Kevin Vicuña, Wendell Rijo, and Aldrum Corridor. As Reading looks to break this 2-2 tie, Skiro gave them a quality start, 2 clean frames out of Trevor Betancourt, and now we'll see what Reading could do to break this tie. They've had 6 hits in this game. They haven't had one since the 5th. But a new pitcher here in Mosqueda, maybe that can bring them a little bit magic as Kevin sends the ball back foul. Odanier, 22 years old, a lefty reliever out of Venezuela for the Portland Sea Dogs. 0-1 below the knees, 1-1. Kevin's had 2 hits today, including an RBI back in the 3rd. Leads the team in batting average, .267. Chopped deep in the hole at short, but instead, Koss picks it up midway. At a third base, charging and on the run, makes a throw. And a good throw. Beats Kevin Vicuña to the bag. There's out number 1. Here is Wendell Rijo. A blast would change this game. I think that might be what it takes here, keeping this 2-2 tie. Wendell Rijo perfectly capable of that. He will step in 0 for 3 tonight, looking to change that. Can't be too aggressive. As he takes on the first pitch, ball 1. Pokes it the opposite way. That'll get in for a base hit. Rijo drives it in the hole on the right side. And he'll get on board representing the go-ahead run as Aldrum Corridor comes up to the plate. He's 2 for 3 tonight, a single and a double. Now step in on the left side here against the lefty Mosqueda. Wendell Rijo, he's going to be aggressive here, but you don't want to lose this base runner late in the game. No piece gone. The throw down from Scott on the wrong side of the bag, and he slides in safely. Wendell Rijo, 18 stolen bases on the season. He is not letting Johan Rojas catch him. So he gets himself into scoring position here for Aldrum Corridor, which is the right guy up at the plate. Pitch to Corridor was a ball. Here's the 1-0 outside, checks his swing. The appeal does not go around. 2-0. Reading in the heart of their order here with Jalen Ortiz in the on-deck circle. Rijo shuffles off the bag at second. Mosqueda comes outside. This is blooped foul into the Sea Dogs dugout. 2-1. And I think he chipped his bat there. He's going to trade off with Jalen Ortiz. Stepping in on the left side is Corridor. Rijo out at second. Just one out here in a tied ball game, bottom of the 8th inning. Mosqueda looks back. Now he comes home. This hits for a perfect strike. 2-2. Corridor sends this into left center field. That drops in. Rijo racing. He's going to hold up at third. The right call there. He had to make sure it fell, so he didn't have to tag. He got a late jump because of that. Reading's got runners on the corners now with just one out. All they need to do is have Jalen Ortiz send this ball into the outfield. Marconi's warming. He'll come in for the top of the ninth. That's how this game is going to end. You've heard it here right now. Runners on the corners, one away. Lefty looks over at Corridor at first. Jalen takes a swinging strike, 0-1 on a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. McCarthy Tatum in the on-deck circle. Beautiful night here at the ballpark. In front of a hometown crowd. Reading looking to take game number 1 of the series. Jalen holds off on a strike. 0-2. Rijo on third. Corridor on first. 3-hit day for Aldrum. He's had a nice, reliable day at the plate. Really putting some heat in this Fightin's lineup. 2 runs apiece, though. We are tied. The Fightin Phils have 8 hits. The Sea Dogs just 3, but yet the score is 2-2. Late in this game, Reading threatening. Runners on the corners, out. Just one. Jalen Ortiz, the 0-2. Ball in the dirt. He checks the swing, no go. He'll get to go again. Big moment here for the Phils. Mosqueda deals Ortiz, fouls it back. He'll get to go again with a 1-2 count. O'Donnell came into this frame, started it off out of the bullpen. He got the first out and then allowed back-to-back base hits by the Fightin Phils. Rijo also stole a bag in there. And thankfully he did, because that is how he got on third here. 1-2 to Ortiz. Pokes this in the gap in the left center field. Rijo jogging home. An RBI single for Jalen Ortiz. Makes it 3-2 Reading. Ortiz comes up big. Just gets this down and away over the head of Hamilton at short. And he makes it easy for Wendell Rijo to come home. Reading continues the inning with runners on first and second, and just one out. Here's McCarthy Tatum. So now they have a 3-2 lead. Marconi warming up for the top of the ninth. It's currently a save situation for Bryan. He's 17 of 19 this season. As Tatum tied up on the inside for strike one. He's the guy you want coming out late. When the Sea Dogs come up in the ninth, they will have the heart of their order. Abreu, Rafaela, and Koss due up. And of course, Reading has the bottom half as the hometown team if they need it. Corridor on second, Jalen on first. One out. Reading leads 3-2. McCarthy Tatum, who's 0 for 3 today up at the plate, takes a called strike 0-2. The bottom four batters are a combined 0 for 12 tonight. Chance to change that, keep the line moving here late in the game, put some space between you and the Sea Dogs. This is ripped down the third base side, foul. Keep his count. Manager Sean Williams, hands on his knees outside of the third base coach's box, ready to wave his runners home if he can. Tatum has hit in FirstEnergy Stadium before, was a member of the team last year. So he has experience with this ballpark. 2 on, just 1 out here, bottom 8. 0-2, sent back foul, will go again. Good catch made by a fan there. Gets the cheers of the crowd. And he'll continue his AB. Aldrum out on second. Ortiz on first. The Fightin' Phils have had 3 consecutive base hits. Already bringing home a run here. They lead by 1. Mosqueda out of the stretch. Hits him in the back right foot. Tatum tosses his back. He is okay to jog down to first. Thank goodness. Seems a little tender, but he's okay. And a hit by pitch will load the bases here. Corridor to third. Ortiz to second. And Tatum at first. And now we'll see a visit from the pitching coach, Lance Carter, as he comes out. The entire infield coming in. Bases loaded, just 1 out. And it's Herbert Iser who's up at the plate. He's had a couple of really deep fly balls in this game. And nothing has left the park. A chance for the youngster to change this here. Just a couple games in Double-A. And he played really well out in Harrisburg. Really impressive, getting his first home run, a couple multi-hit games. One night he was responsible for all of the RBIs. And he'll come up here with the bases loaded and just 1 out as they leave Mosqueda in. They do have somebody up in their bullpen. Reading trying to blow this game open here. They're up 3-2, but a big chance with the bases loaded and 1 away for Iser. Corridor, Ortiz, and Tatum left to right across the diamond as the first pitch falls in, ball 1. Madison Stokes waiting in the on-deck circle. Lefty looks over at first. Now he comes home, down and away, 2-0. There's no place to put Herbert Iser here. Crouching in the lefty batter's box, he brings the bat to his shoulder. Scott on the outside part of the plate. Here's the 2-0. Up the middle goes Iser. Bloops it in. 1 run will score. And he keeps the bases loaded. Reading leads 4-2. An RBI single for Iser gives the Fightin' Phils a 2-run lead as Corridor crosses the plate. Ortiz to third, Tatum to second. And Herbert safe at first. A big hit. An important hit for the youngster. You're going to have 1 hit today. That's a good one to have. Goes right back where he came from with that. Fightin' Phil's now lead 4-2 with the bases still loaded. Here is Madison Stokes from the right side. It's now Ortiz, Tatum, and Iser left to right across the diamond. And still just one out on the board. The Fightin' Phils have gotten now 5 consecutive batters on base successfully. First pitch strike to Madison. 0 for 3 with the pair of strikeouts and a hard hit line drive. He takes the ball outside, 1-1. At the very least, looking to send this into the outfield. Jalen's got some speed on him. If it's deep enough, he can score. Still a save situation for Brian Marconi, up by just 2. Lefty looks over at first at Iser. Now he comes home with the 1-1 inside, but it's a called strike. The first baseman, Potts, is playing in on that infield grass. He doesn't really worry about holding on Iser. He's trapped by the other 2 runners in front of him. Rest of the infield playing straight up mid-range. Here's the 1-2. Stokes, ground ball, slow roller left side. They're only going to make the out at first, but Ortiz crosses the plate. He'll get the RBI. It's 5-2. Here's Jonathan Guzman with 2 in scoring position and 2 outs. A good inning by Reading late in the game to attack this reliever, and they're letting Mosqueda eat this frame now. Guzman fouls it back into the stands. Tatum made his way over to third. Iser out at second. McCarthy's a very good runner at third. Should anything get by Scott, he will be coming home. Still a save situation for Brian, who's been out worming for quite a while now. Guzman goes up the middle, but there to make the play is Cannon, and that will end the frame. The Fightin' Phils end up scoring 3 runs on 4 hits and a hit by pitch, and they take a 5-2 lead as they get to 10 hits compared to the Sea Dogs just 3. Oh, and they're going to say that was foul? Everybody was ready to go back into the dugout. And now the manager is going to say, that's it for Mosqueda. That's a weird play. Chopped off the plate foul, so Guzman's going to get another chance here. The infield's going to come in, and they are going to take Mosqueda out. So whoever comes out of the bullpen is going to inherit 2 runners and 2 outs. The Fightin' Phils lead 5-2. And Guzman's in an awkward spot here. We'll wait to go again. A rough outing for Odanyar Mosqueda as the last play ended up being a balk before the pitch was thrown, so an illegal motion by Mosqueda. And that allows the runners to advance a base pass, so Tatum crosses the plate. It is now a 4-run game, 6-2, as Herbert Iser moves over to third. And Jonathan Guzman will get another chance in what we originally thought was a ground out. Actually goes in as a balk to Mosqueda. He leaves with the runner on and 2 outs, and Jonathan Guzman will come up here with Iser out on third and 2 outs on the board. So a balk allowed Tatum to score. It's no longer a safe situation. Jonathan goes up the middle with it, and this time it gets in. Coming home, Herbert Iser, Reading Fightin' Phils have put up 5 runs in this frame on 6 hits. And now they will bat through the lineup. Jonathan Guzman, a perfect single right back where it came from in a second chance AB. And he gets an RBI for that as well. And now we'll bat through the order as Johan Rojas comes up here. Clean base path as Guzman jogs down to first. Mosqueda not responsible for that batter. And the pitcher Rio Gomez coming out of the bullpen. Run does not track back at him. It goes back to Mosqueda. But now Guzman is his responsibility. And Rojas up at the plate. He's 2 for 3 tonight. A wild pitch gets away from Scott. And hustling to second is Jonathan Guzman. The Fightin' Phils have another runner in scoring position. And now that Marconi's warmed up for so long, I think they'd keep him in this game. Reading leads 7-2 now. This goes up the middle. A line drive base hit. Guzzi being waved home. No play at the plate. He knocks the catcher down. Heading for second is Rojas. He's going to stay there. Oh, man. That was aggressive. He gets up after being on the ground. He's walking off on his own accord. Reading leads 8-2 here. Took a spill, but he seems okay. And now the manager is going to come out here and argue with that play. Well, he's not going to get anything. That was immediate. He heads back in. Kevin Vicuña steps in. This inning continues. Gets credit for the single and advancing on the play at the plate, which there really was none. Fightin' Phils have batted through the order and then some, exploding here in the bottom of the 8th inning. They lead now 8-2. And Kevin grounded out his first time up. We'll see if he can get a hit here in this frame with Rojas out on second and 2 away. 6 hits and a hit by pitch for Reading in this frame. They've now scored 6 runs. He takes ball and a strike. This is shot out to left field, foul. Fightin' Phils now 8 runs on 12 hits. 15 hits is their most in a game, 13 runs. They've really put some good distance between them and the Sea Dogs. Just 2 runs on 3 hits for Portland tonight. But it was a close game until now. Down and away. And Vicuña holds off 2-2. Inside, Vicuña takes full count. Kevin's had 2 hits today, including an RBI. So 2 for 4, not a bad day here, but getting in a 5th at-bat late in this game. Rojas out on second, 2 away here. The Fightin' Phils lead 8-2 in the bottom of the 8th. Looking back, Gomez, now he comes home. This is sent foul down the third base line. He'll keep his count. This all started with a base hit by Wendell Rijo, stole a bag and moved to second. Corridor put runners on the corners. Then Jalen Ortiz drove in the go-ahead run 3-2. Tatum was hit by a pitch to load him, and Herbert Iser came up big with the bases loaded for an RBI single. And then everything just kept going. A balk allowed Tatum to score. Iser came home on Jonathan Guzman's hit. This is popped up right side. Play is made by Cannon to end the frame, but not before the Fightin' Phils come up big. 6 runs on 6 hits with a hit by pitch. They lead 8-2. And Brian Marconi is going to come out to close this game here. Top of the 9th, Portland, just 3 outs to go.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are pleased to present you with their classic game program, all electronically. This program has information on the coaching staff, player roster, and front office staff. It also includes feature stories and alumni reports on all of your favorite guys who spend time in baseball town. Visit ourphils.com/programs to check it out.
Our Phils fans can continue to expect great performances all season long on the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage. It's the home of great local talent, including the Our Phils mascot band. Burke's Commercial Roofing prides itself on being a locally owned and operated company that puts an emphasis on customer service. They provide free on-site estimates and can handle any size repair, restoration, or replacement. Visit burkscommercialroofing.com or call 610-717-3949 for more information. And don't forget to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show at the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage at America's Classic Ballpark.
At Savage 61, our goal is to assist you in making a confident decision. Our friendly professional staff members are available to answer your questions and listen to your needs. Whether you're shopping for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we're ready to help you with your search. Visit our dealership on Pottsville Pike.
A very different game for Brian Marconi to enter in here now in the top of the 9th. Reading put up 6 runs on 6 hits in the bottom of the 8th and now lead 8-2. He was going to come in a tie game, a 1-run game, maybe a 2-run game, and then Reading just popped off in the 8th. And now a much different situation here. As Portland is down to their final 3 outs, Reading, the home team, will have the bottom of the 9th if they need it. If they need it, woof. Hopefully not.
Yeah, they built themselves a pretty good advantage here in the last inning, and hopefully here Marconi can do the same thing that he did on the road in Harrisburg, shut down the opposing team's offense.
He'll now see the top of the order, though, Abreu, Rafaela, and Christian Koss. It's been a really good day all around for the Fightins, a true team effort. As, the pitching, 6 quality from Skiro, 2 shutout from Betancourt, and now Marconi here. And the hitting, of course, exploding for 8 runs on 12 hits and no errors in the field. As a strike comes into Abreu. Marconi, the lefty, kicks and fires way up and in. And he is bumped out of the batter's box. Seems okay. His helmet came flying off. You probably need to take a moment to yourself and breathe a little bit there.
It was close.
A little chin music.
Just took the words right out of my mouth. I knew you were going to say it.
Lefty-lefty matchup here. Sometimes the pitch is cut in from the southpaw. And here is the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Out number 1 for Marconi. That's a good way to start it. You keep the momentum in your favor. You get a strikeout. And one away here for Cedon Rafaela. Brian hits the outside corner. 0-1. Chopped off the bat, slow roller to short. Racing in, barehanded by Jonathan. The fire to first, he's safe. But what a play! Shortstop rushes in on the infield grass. He barehands it, and a perfect throw over to first. But Rafaela good out of the box, and that was chopped over there, so didn't get over super fast. And he gets a base hit there to keep the Sea Dogs alive. Here's Christian Koss.
He's been in the middle of everything here in this last inning. Scored a run and had a collision with a catcher behind the plate, and now he's bare-handing.
Poked in on the hole on the right side. Back-to-back hits by the Sea Dogs, puts 2 on, and 1 out here for Marconi. And Steven Scott up at the plate.
Brian Marconi with 2 runners on here from the Portland Sea Dogs, back-to-back hits. But he has 1 out on the board, and there is a force out in play at every bag here in the top of the 9th inning as he prepares to face his Steven Scott, who's 0 for 3 tonight. This one comes away inside for ball 1. The RFL scored 6 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning, to build an 8-2 advantage, which they're trying to hold on to here in the top of the 9th inning. Marconi deals and gets a swing and a miss from Scott. The count evens at 1-1. Really, everybody hitting in that last inning on Reading's side. After not scoring a run since the bottom of the 3rd inning, just put it all together there in the last frame. This one's chopped first base. Madison Stokes jumps up, makes the play, and himself at first base, and there is out number 2. The runners do advance, though, to 3rd and 2nd, but there are 2 outs on the board here for Brian Marconi. This ball was chopped right off the ground as Stokes, full extension, up in the air, kicks both his legs up to get himself up in the air and takes it to the bag himself unassisted for the 2nd out in this frame. It's Alex Benales digs in for the Sea Dogs. It's a big swing and a miss, 88 from Marconi. And he's ahead in the count, 0-1, looking for the ender here in the top of the 9th inning. As he comes set, here's the pitch, right down the middle, called strike 2. Sea Dogs down to their final strike in Baseball Town. The R-Phils have an 8-2 advantage. Looking to close it out here as Marconi comes set. Glove at the waist. Gets a sign for Herbert Iser back behind the plate. And it's a called strike 3 to end the game from Brian Marconi. Runners on 3rd and 2nd, and he gets all the outs he needs to keep the Sea Dogs scoreless in this frame and to send the R-Phils into celebration with an 8-2 victory here in Baseball Town to lead off this 6-game series against the top-ranked Portland in the Eastern League standings. Now, both teams scored a run apiece in the 1st inning, so we were tied 1-1 heading into the 3rd. Then Reading scored a run in the bottom of the 3rd inning to take a 2-1 advantage. Portland tied the game once again in the top of the 6th. Nobody got on the board in the 7th, but then Reading's offense just exploding in the bottom of the 8th inning. And that gives us the scoreline here. Noah Skiro, 6 innings, gives up just 2 runs to keep the Sea Dogs at bay here. And a couple multi-hit games on Reading's side. Johan Rojas, Aldrin Corridor, each with 3 hits apiece, each with an RBI. Rojas 2 runs scored. Both of those were in the 1st and the 3rd inning. And Kevin Vicuña in the 2-hole has 2 hits and 1 RBI. Really everybody hitting up and down Reading's lineup in that bottom of the 8th inning that sent them into celebration with their first win of this series, and now they're up 1-0 to lead off this homestand. That's going to do it for our broadcast here tonight. For Emily Messina, I'm Alexis Yoder. We'll be back here in Baseball Town at 7 o'clock tomorrow night against Portland. We hope you'll join us on the broadcast. Thanks so much and have a great night.